The Stoic Compass Radio Show, a clear path through a noisy world.
Welcome back to the Stoic Compass. I'm Jim.
And I'm Ellie. Today we're talking about why a 2,000-year-old philosophy is suddenly more popular than therapy.
Wait, is it actually more popular than therapy?
Well, the Daily Stoic has 750,000 email subscribers. That's a lot of people voluntarily signing up for ancient wisdom spam.
That's a real number?
Totally real. Stoicism went from extinct dead philosophy to I have a daily meditation app for this in like one generation. We're living through a full-blown Stoic renaissance.
So why now? Why are people suddenly obsessed with what Marcus Aurelius thought about traffic?
Because our lives are a dumpster fire, and ancient Rome was also a dumpster fire. Turns out the wisdom for surviving one dumpster fire transfers pretty well to another dumpster fire.
That's actually a compelling thesis.
Right? There's this philosophy professor, Sandra Woyan at Arizona State, who wrote about this. She points out that the last few centuries BC in Rome, when Stoicism was peaking, had crazy political instability, constant anxiety, people losing faith in institutions.
Stop! You're just describing 2023.
Exactly. We're basically living in the fall of the Roman Republic, except with better plumbing and worse attention spans.
And TikTok. They definitely didn't have TikTok.
Can you imagine Marcus Aurelius doom scrolling? The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Oh, look, a dancing video.
Okay, but seriously, what's driving this? Beyond the general societal collapse vibe?
3 big things. First, we're lonely as hell. Second, we're anxious as hell. Third, we're spiritually empty as hell. Stoicism addresses all 3.
The trifecta of modern suffering.
Pretty much. And here's the kicker. 21% of Americans now have no religious affiliation. That's from a 2022 Gallup poll. We're called the Nons.
The Nons. That sounds like a horror movie about atheist ghosts.
It kind of eyes horror when you think about it. A fifth of the country is walking around with this meaning-shaped hole in their lives, and they're trying to fill it with, what? Productivity hacks? Crypto? Wellness influencers?
Hey, don't knock wellness influencers. Some of them are very good at standing on beaches at sunrise.
True. But Stoicism offers something deeper, a complete framework for living. Not just, here's how to feel better, but here's what it means to be better.
Okay, so break it down. What are the core principles that people are latching on to?
4 big ones. First, virtue is the only real good. And I mean the cardinal virtues: wisdom, temperance, courage, justice. Not like being good at yoga.
So my new iPhone doesn't contribute to human flourishing? My therapist lied to me.
Your therapist was trying to be supportive. The Stoics would call your iPhone a preferred indifferent. Like, sure, it's nice to have, but it doesn't make you a better person.
A preferred indifferent. That's the most Stoic way possible to say neat but irrelevant.
Basically. Second principle, live in accordance with nature or reason. The universe has a rational order, and you should align yourself with it instead of fighting reality constantly.
That sounds suspiciously like a just go with the flow, man.
It's more like, stop being delusional about how things actually work. Also, it recognizes that we're all interconnected. You're part of a larger system, not the center of the universe.
Social media would like a word with you about that last part.
Oh, social media is extremely anti-Stoic. It's literally designed to make you think you're the main character in everyone else's story.
Wait, I'm not the main character?
Hate to break it to you, buddy. Third principle, you can only control your own actions, not external events. This is the foundational Stoic idea.
The dichotomy of control. I know this one. Epictetus wrote about it in the Enchiridion.
Gold star for you. He literally opens with it. Things in your control, your opinions, desires, actions. Things not in your control. Basically everything else, including your body, your reputation, other people.
My body isn't in my control? I feel like my gym would disagree.
You can influence your body. You can't control it. You can eat well and exercise, but you can't control whether you get sick or injured or just have bad genetics. That's the distinction.
Okay, that's actually profound. And probably why I shouldn't get so worked up about my receding hairline.
There you go. Fourth principle, your thoughts about events cause your suffering, not the events themselves. This is basically cognitive behavioral therapy before CBT existed.
Wait, CBT is just repackaged Stoicism?
Essentially, Epictetus said it 2,000 years ago, men are disturbed not by things but by the views they take of them. Modern therapists are literally teaching Stoicism without the togas.
So thousands of therapists are closet Stoics.
Or Stoics are proto-therapists. Either way, the principle is the same. It's not what happens to you, it's how you think about what happens to you.
Okay, so we've got the 4 principles. But philosophy professors love to point out that knowing something and doing something are very different things.
Absolutely. And this is where modern Stoicism gets interesting. It's not just intellectual, it's practical. You do actual exercises.
Stoic CrossFit. I'm here for it.
More like Stoic yoga. 3 main practices. First, the view from above. You zoom out mentally and see your problems from a cosmic perspective.
Like Google Earth for existential dread?
Perfect analogy. Your boss yelled at you? Zoom out. You're one person on one planet orbiting one star in a galaxy with billions of stars. Does it really matter?
That's either very comforting or very depressing, depending on my mood.
The Stoics would say that's a thought you can work with. Second exercise, negative visualization. You intentionally imagine losing something you value.
That sounds extremely depressing.
It's not morbid, it's preparatory. Woyan has her students imagine losing possessions, scholarships, even pets. The point is to appreciate what you have now and prepare yourself for inevitable loss.
Because nothing lasts forever.
Exactly. Everything is impermanent. Your coffee will get cold, your car will break down, your loved ones will die. I mean, not right now, hopefully, but eventually.
You're really selling this philosophy.
Hey, the Stoics weren't about false comfort. They were about true comfort, which comes from accepting reality. Third exercise, journaling, planning and reviewing your day.
Marcus Aurelius was basically bullet journaling.
He was. Meditations wasn't meant to be published. It was his personal journal. He was working through stuff, reflecting on his actions, checking whether he lived according to his principles.
So I should imagine the Emperor of Rome at night being like, "Dear diary, today I was a little too harsh with the Senate."
Pretty much. Except more eloquent. The point is, reflecting gives you objectivity about your own life. You become both the sculptor and the marble.
That's actually beautiful. In a slightly uncomfortable way.
So here's where it gets spicy. Is Stoicism actually a religion?
Oh boy, I feel like this is going to upset someone no matter how we answer.
Probably. But think about it. Stoicism has dedicated communities. The Daily Stoic, Modern Stoicism, the College of Stoic Philosophers. It has guiding principles. It has spiritual exercises.
It has that one guy at parties who quotes Marcus Aurelius unprompted.
Every movement has that guy. But seriously, for many people, especially the nones, Stoicism fills the religion-shaped hole in their lives.
Without requiring them to believe in supernatural stuff.
Right. The ancient Stoics believed in divine logos and all that, but modern practitioners mostly ignore the theological parts and keep the practical ethics.
It's like a build-your-own spirituality kit.
Sort of. And here's the beautiful part. You can be Christian and Stoic, Muslim and Stoic, atheist and Stoic. The ethical framework is compatible with basically everything.
So it's not replacing religion so much as supplementing it, or providing an alternative for people who don't want traditional religion.
Exactly. Woyan argues that it functions as either a surrogate or a complement to mainstream religion, depending on what you need.
That's actually pretty genius. It's spiritually flexible.
Which is why it's thriving. In an increasingly pluralistic society, a philosophy that says focus on virtue and what you can control works for almost everyone.
Except maybe for people who really enjoy complaining about things outside their control.
Well, Stoicism would help them too. They'd just have to want to change. And that's the thing. You have to actively practice. You can't just read about Stoicism.
You have to be a Stoic, a pro-Copton, one who makes progress.
Yes. Progress, not perfection. That's the whole point. You're not trying to become some emotionless robot. You're trying to become more wise, more temperate, more courageous, more just.
One negative visualization at a time.
Exactly. And the fact that 750,000 people are doing this together, that's the community aspect. You're not alone in trying to be better.
So let me ask you honestly, do you practice Stoicism? Like, actually do the exercises?
I do, actually. I journal most mornings. I do the view from above when I'm stressed. And negative visualization has genuinely made me more grateful.
Does it work?
It does. Not like magic. I still get anxious. I still get angry. But I recover faster. I have tools. I feel less like life is happening to me and more like I'm participating in it.
That's agency. That's what we talked about in the time management episode.
It's all connected. Time management is really attention management, and attention management is really about living according to your values, which is what Stoicism is fundamentally about.
So Stoicism is the operating system, and everything else is just apps.
I love that analogy. Yes, get the operating system right. Virtue, reason, accepting what you can't control, and everything else becomes easier.
Okay, final question. Why should someone listening to this right now care about what some dead Romans thought?
Because those dead Romans lived through collapsing institutions, political chaos, plague, war, and personal tragedy. And they figured out how to maintain their humanity and find meaning anyway.
And we're not so different.
We're really not. We have different technology and better medicine, but the fundamental human challenges? Pretty much the same. How do I deal with things I can't control? How do I find meaning? How do I be good?
Those are the eternal questions.
They are. And Stoicism provides time-tested answers that don't require you to believe anything supernatural, just to commit to practicing virtue and accepting reality.
Which is harder than it sounds.
Way harder than it sounds. But that's why you need community, exercises, and daily practice. That's why 750,000 people signed up for emails.
They're looking for something to organize their lives around. Something that makes sense when nothing else does.
Exactly. And whether you call it philosophy, spirituality, or religion doesn't really matter. What matters is, does it help you live better? For hundreds of thousands of people, the answer is yes.
So if you're listening and you feel that meaning-shaped hole, maybe give Stoicism a shot. Read some Marcus Aurelius. Try journaling. Do one negative visualization.
Start small. You're not trying to become a sage overnight. You're just trying to make progress. Be a pro-Copton.
And if it doesn't work for you, that's fine too. The Stoics would say you can only control whether you try, not whether it works.
Look at you, being all stoic about Stoicism.
I'm learning. Slowly, with many setbacks, which is apparently the point.
That is the point. Progress, not perfection. Thanks for exploring Stoicism's modern renaissance with us today.
If this resonated, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And remember, the universe is change, your life is what your thoughts make it.
Unless you're doom scrolling, then your life is what the algorithm makes it. Choose wisely.
The Stoic Compass radio show is made possible by VoxCrea.ai, where ideas come to life.